Hello and welcome to Mr. F's class, Island Drafting Technical Institute. Today we're going to be drawing a floor plan called Building 1. The directions say, start a new drawing called Building 1. Change from decimal units to architectural units. So at the command line, you type units, and the drawing units dialog box pops up. All you really have to change right here is where it says decimal. Change that to architectural, so it's like feet and inches. The precision down here, it's not going to change how the drawing is actually created, but it will change if you click on a line and you look at the properties in the properties box. It will tell you the accuracy of the length of that line. So if you round it up to 0, it's going to round it up to the nearest 0. So best practice is to keep it down low, 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay. Again, it's not going to change the actual drawing, but it's just going to change when you use the properties and you check the size of something, what it's going to tell you. So that's all you got to change. Architectural, set it to 256, 1/256, and hit OK. Keep all remaining default values. All block wall thicknesses identified by crosshatching measure 12 inches. So anything that's crosshatched on this drawing is 12 inches thick. All other interior wall thicknesses measure 6 inches. Do not add dimensions to this drawing, and actually don't worry about the hatching. Do not worry about the dimensions, any of the annotations. We're not worried about that. We just want to make sure the walls are in the right spot. And also what you're going to want to do is make 2 separate layers for the walls. I'm using the template, so we really just have center, def points, dims, hidden, object, phantom, text, and viewports. I'm going to make 2 new ones. So to make a new layer, you click on this new layer button. I say it looks like a little sunshine next to it. And I'll do exterior walls. Hit enter again, you get another layer, and interior walls. Then just pick some colors. I'm gonna go exterior, I'll go with the cyan. And interior, I'll go with the green. Doesn't really matter. So let's start with the exterior walls. Make that the current one by double clicking on it. Gives a little check mark here. And also whatever up here, that's what the current layer is. It says exterior right there. So we set the units to architecture. We made the new layers. We're ready to go. Pick the rectangle command. Now at the command line, it's saying specify the first corner point, or you got all those options. We don't need any options for this one. So we're just going to pick any starting point because the directions didn't pick any particular starting point, so that's not important. So just pick a point on the screen, and then you're going to see it wants to draw a rectangle for us. Using relative coordinates, punch in the 2 coordinates. At 40 feet, put the foot symbol. You don't have to do -0 inches. You don't, in fact, you never have to do the inch sign. If I just wrote 40, it's going to think I'm doing 40 inches. So 40 feet, comma, 51 feet. And you might say, whoa, it's so big, it's off the screen. It's never too big, it's never too small. It's how close am I to the object? How close or how far away am I? To get the box on the screen, double click that little wheel on your mouse. A little tricky, sometimes it rolls, but you get the hang of it. Now, if it's bothering you about this XY right in the corner there, 2 ways of doing it. I normally just move my object, and then it's going to be sent to the corner, or you can click on it, UCS icon settings, show UCS icon at the origin, or uncheck that, and it's always going to be in the corner. I usually just leave it in the corner, so it's not on top of me. So I got a building that's 40 feet wide, 51 foot tall or long. Now, what I could do is offset, click the offset button, and at the command line, it asks us, specify the offset distance, which says the exterior walls are 12 inches. So you can write 12. Look, I didn't have to put the inch symbol. Look at the command line. Just hit enter. Now let's get this little pick box here. Once I pick on the exterior walls, they kind of start to glow. I can either go inside or outside. So I want to go inside because the 40 by 51 was the outside of the building. I want to go inside with 12-inch walls. All I got to do is anywhere inside of the box, click the button, and I just did it. Now hit escape. Now I put the building with 40 feet by 51 feet with 12-inch thick walls. If we want to see what the dimensions are, we can use the linear, put a dimension. And you say, whoa, what's going on? It's there, it's super tiny, and it's in decimal. So how can we fix this? We can go to annotation, click on this dimension style button, and go to new. And let's call this arc. If you sign up for the course, I show you a lot deeper. This is just a quick overview. Hit continue. Primary units, not decimal, architectural. And then you remember before it had the precision. This is going to be a different precision setting from just the overall units. These will actually show up on the drawing. So you might say, hey, I know you can go to 256, but that's a little insane. Round everything up to the ½ inch, okay? So it's up to you. Best practice when you're drafting again to keep it to 256. If you want to go back later on and change it so it's not, you don't get these oddball numbers. On this, we'll get all solid numbers. But in reality, or when you're working on a real project, everything doesn't fall out perfect, especially when you're dealing with existing conditions. So it's best to probably round this up to the nearest quarter or eighth. But as you're drafting and you really want to make sure everything's on point, do the 256. Lines and symbols, architectural tick. And then if you really want to get down to it, like the numbers are being crossed through there. So you want the text placement not to be centered. You want it to be above, and it shows you a little preview. The numbers are above it. And then the numbers here are aligned with the dimension line. So they're going on the angle like that. There should be a little bit of an extension. So if you go to lines, extend beyond the ticks is 0.125. So it extends out a little bit. What else? The big thing, and I'll show you that after this so you can see the difference. Let me hit OK, let me hit close. Let me first of all put this onto the dimension layer. And then right here in the dimension style, on my quick properties box, it says dim style. Let me change that to arc. Now you didn't see much of a change because it's still super tiny, but you can see it says 40 feet. Now I want to show you another thing. See, it says 40 feet there. Before I change the other thing, it says 40 feet there, 0 inches. So how do I get that? I go back into my style, modify, and under the primary units, 0 suppression. It's saying, don't show me 0 feet or don't show me 0 inches. I don't want to see 0 feet, but I do want to see 0 inches. So I'm going to uncheck that. Hit OK, hit close. So it says 40 feet there, 0 inches. So you might be asking, what if I uncheck the other one? Then it might read, if you had something 8 inches long, it would read 0 feet dash 8 inches, which is a little bit odd. So we don't normally do that. It depends on your practice at your office or whatnot. You can see the tick marks, everything's here, but it's super small. So how do I get it to the right size? I'm going to assume this is a 1/4 inch drawing, even though they didn't tell us that, but normally architecture you use 1/4 inch. So again, I'm not going to get into all this. Sign up for the course and I'll teach you all this stuff, but you got to change the fit number right here to 48. Okay, close. Quick math about it is 12 inches in a foot. 12 times 4 is 48. So now make current this layer. Put another dimension up here, 51 feet. So it's good practice to know everything is falling out. I got the 51 feet, I got the 40 feet, I went towards the inside. Because you might mistakenly went towards the inside, the outside. So after I have those set up, what I want to do is explode. So what does explode do? It doesn't make all the pieces fly across the screen, but it does separate polylines into single lines now to make it easier to manipulate them. So I'm going to start with these openings up on the top. Offset 13'8". Look at the command line. Look how I put that. 13 with the foot symbol and then 8. You don't put the dash. You don't put the inch sign. Enter. Now I can offset this line 13'8" this way, and I can also offset it 13'8" this way. Two birds, one stone. Offset 3'4". Enter. Boom, boom. So what should be left in the middle? 6 feet. So let me double check that. I can double check it by putting a dimension on it, or I can click this and I can look at my properties box, 6 feet. And now what I could do is offset 18'6" off of this middle inside wall here and offset this one. So I should be left with 12 inches. 1 foot, 12 inches. Trim this part right here out of there. Now this wall carries all the way through the building. So trim, knife, enter, get rid of this. Then hit escape. So we got the wall going through the middle. We got to break it up. We got to make a doorway, and we got to make a kind of another hallway over here. So work with what we got here. Starting from the top, now we're dealing with the interior walls. So what we could do is go to the interior wall layer, draw a line right on top of this other line. Now to make it easier to grab it and not try to find it, I like to put a tail. What's a tail? Just extend it outside. We'll trim it up later. Move this down 14'4". And then they said the interior walls are 6 inches, so I'm going to copy this down 6. Hey, why didn't you use the offset? I don't know. Sometimes you can use the offset, the copy, the move. They all kind of work the same. And as you start doing this, your mind will just tell you what to do. You don't even have to think about it. That's when you really get into the groove. Now, I got to do this 8-foot hallway. Now, check out this trick. I can go 8 feet, and then I can go 6 inches, which took me almost no time at all, right? But what if I just do this one step? Copy both of these down 8'6". So you can copy them both in the same step, you know, instead of doing 2 steps. Does it save a million hours? No, but all these little things will add up. As long as you can do the math fast enough. If I have to stop and do the math for more than 2 seconds, it's not worth it. And I'm seriously saying 2 seconds. Trim that. Knife, goodbye. Now you're not going to see it right now, but make current. I want to close this off so it's by itself. So I'm going to put a little end cap right there on that wall. Then make current this layer. Again, draw a little line with tails, Move this one 6. Move this one 6. 3'4", 3'4". Trim command, I can just use this crossing box right through this whole area. Pick all these as knives. Watch out, everything's gonna be sharp. Hit enter. I can run through these lines down here, run through these up here. I don't wanna run through this top one. I don't know if, I could probably do it right now to show you, but I don't think it would happen, but, and then run through these walls. Cleaned up all those doorways like that. Now, 4 feet for this hallway down here. So I'm just gonna copy this over 4 feet and then copy this over the other 6 inches. Now you might be saying this is on the wrong layer. So what you could do is use the Match Properties tool. Click on the Match Properties tool. Click on something that you like. I like this one. I want you to be matched, and I want you to match. Trim, knife, knife, enter, run through that wall. Chamfer, good tool. If chamfer distance is set to 0 for the distance 1 and 0 for distance 2, you can clean up this like that. Trim these, make current this, put a little end cap right up here. Go near the bottom here, copy this up, 7'10". Copy this up, 6. Now check out my chamfer tool again. Chamfer, take care of this one. Space bar is enter, take care of this one. I'm recording. Take Match Properties. Then 6. Three, 4. Match Properties. All right, so now this one I can copy down. 8'2" plus 6 is 8'8". Took care of that really fast. Copy 6. Copy 3'4". Trim, Match Properties. Now what you could do is isolate these so you can put your little end caps on all these ends. I think some of the questions is going to ask you the area of this stuff, so if it's closed off, it's better. And you could have just did this too. You could have just copied them all. Now that I have them like this, why don't I just join them up? J for join. And now these are all polylines. Nice and organized. Bring everything back by clicking on the sunshine, clicking on the light bulb. And again, isolate. Really cool button. Isolate right here. I just want to see anything on this layer. Pick on any layer that you want. And you can pick on multiple layers as well. I just wanted that. J for join. Join these together. So this is one piece. All these lines became only two objects. Layers, bring everybody back. Let's do some double checking. Make current. This layer, it's not requiring the dimensions, but it's good practice for you to double check that everything's where you put it. Oh, see that? I forgot that opening. 14.4, 8. This over here. This 710. 6 inches here. It's getting a little clunky in here. It's not, I'm not going to talk about dimensions right now. That's another course. So they don't have to be super pretty. It's just for you to double check everything. Looks good. I forgot that other opening right there. See that the contractors all took off and they forgot to do some work. All right, so what I'm going to do is isolate again. And I'll draw a line along here, straight. Move this up, 2710. You copy this up, 6'8". Trim. Trim. Let me do this, trim again. There you go. Now let's do another join because those aren't joined to it. And then I need the other walls to double check where this other interior wall is. So the other interior wall is, actually I didn't need it, 9'8". 9'8", 3'4". And the dimensions all got messed up. You know why they got messed up? Options, user preferences, associative dimensioning. Make new dimensions associative. What does that mean? It means as you move an object, the dimension's going to try to stay with it. Sounds great on paper. Maybe some people like it. Me, I'm glad they made me this button. Uncheck this button. For some reason I didn't uncheck it right on this one. Usually you check it once and it's already done, so I'm not sure what happened there. But that's why if I bring my layers back, that's why they all jumbled up in a corner like iRobot. But that being said, there's the floor plan. So you know, join class, show you how to draw floor plans, and you'll make millions of pennies a day. Okay.